Hi guys, welcome back. This week we're finally going to get these rear arches welded on for good, all done. It's a car again.
Third row down, middle bar. Is it bang on?
What I'm saying is if you pull that under, it's moving that.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Whereas if you tack it there, you give it a pivot point. Whoops.
Trans, you got a big hole.
Something like a serpent or something, the double metal under. honest.
Oh no, it's
I'm joking. Just funny.
Go on. There you go.
Nope.
No, you got it. But that's so crap once you grind it down, but as long as these are welded in, don't fucking matter.
Okay, what you just witnessed was a snapshot of perhaps 10 hours of me and my mate trying to line up these rear arches. And we've finally done it. We welded them on. And what I'm going to do now is go through all the little spot welds that need finishing up. But for the most part, these arches are solid and it's a car again. So a few things to note. If I open the door here, what I had to do on this edge, I had to actually weld a piece of steel to this, to the wing underneath, so we've got something to weld to, and it also makes it easier to stitch together. I also had to trim down here, and I'll show you the other side how I've done that. So I basically trimmed down here and tapped this in to meet up, because this actually sticks out further than the RS wing does as standard. Ignore some of the spot welds, they're terrible. Others are a little bit better. But as you can see, I'm missing a lot. So that's what I'm going to go through now, including, you know, these ones here. And there's a load across the window frame. Something we had a big issue with was this door line here. So as you can see, ignore the dent. But the door line is now pretty much bang on all the way up. That took some time to do on both sides, and the other one that took a lot of time to fix was the boot line. So if you look, the boot line is pretty good now as well. Although it does depend on which way you look at it. Sometimes the swage line can look off. In fact, it does look off a little bit, but the boot might not be closed properly. I don't know, is what it is by now. Got some welds down there. And the other problem area was this transition. So to get this door edge fitting right, we had to fiddle around with this transition. So we've ended up cutting it and welding it. But what I'm going to do now is probably trim it and make that transition a bit smoother into the front wing, which has also been beaten down a little bit, so the side skirt fits under there properly. That's that side. Next, it's this side. We had the same issue here with the boot line, but it looks okay. Same issue down here. In fact, it's a bigger issue this side, where we got a bit hammer happy with the hammer and the wood. And we've made a little dent in here, so this is still loose. I need to get behind it and knock that back out. And if you look at the door line, it's difficult with the paint, but it's not quite right. The door is lower than this, so this needs to go in a little bit. But the rest of it is all pretty good. Same story this side. If the door opens, yes. Had to put a piece of steel under there. And like I said, trim up here. So I weld that up, weld these together, and then it's all one piece. Same again, all down the window edge, needs welding. Oh, and I also got a massive gap to bridge here, but that can be done fairly easily. So that's where I am with the rear wings. Definite progress. So I guess I'll just set you up now, watch me do a couple of welds and put a montage on, put some music on, and I just gotta pile through it. Spot weld, spot weld, spot weld. Man, that was a lot of work. It has taken me days and days to fix those wings onto that car, and I didn't film all of it because I'm not kidding. If I filmed everything, we'd probably still be here next year showing you every weld, every cleaning of the surface, every welding of every spot, grinding every spot back, and then just giving it a lick of paint to stop it from rusting again. It has driven me insane. So much so that I've not looked at it for about a week, and in the meantime, I had a shave. I'm sorry. I was looking homeless. I had to do something about it. Anyway, let's show you around the car. I couldn't help myself. I put it all back together and took it out on the driveway and just started the thing up just to listen to it and look at it. And I put a video up on YouTube. Actually, I'll link to it and put it on the end of this or whatever, because it just sounds and looks so cool now. But it's properly getting there. So let's start on this side. I've got lights in and everything. I'm such a sucker. Let's start on this side with the transition. So this is transition number 1. You recall there was a gap here. Now that's all been welded up all the way along here, so you can kind of see where I've been. My grinding isn't perfect, neither is my paint, but all this will get a bit of filler on it, and all this, well, the window covers this anyway, so we're all good. And I've plugged this back down as well. Coming down, there's some spot welds here, and here somewhere. And then down the bottom, I've got the side skirts on. I should take them off, but we've got a better transition. Now, it isn't great. We've got spot welds here, 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 and here, and along the top here. This is pretty good at the top, but it got worse on the bottom to the point where I might have to remake that bottom bit. I've also got some like underneath. Oh, let's see if I can show. So underneath here as well, there's spot welds too. So it's all not too bad. I could probably fill it and blend it all in, and then the side skirt covers it anyway, and we'll all be good. But I'd like to have a better transition, but that's as good as we're gonna get for now. This transition up here, let me take the light off. So this is the other transition. It's here somewhere, right about there. Right, well, as it happens, right where that hole is. So yeah, that's come out okay. A couple of spot welds down here, and then spot welds all down the seam here. This is going to need some seam sealer on it anyway, so it doesn't matter that the spot welds aren't all prim and proper. We've got the same that side, and then the other bit is under the bumper here. I'm not going to pull the bumper off to show you, but the transition between bumper, wing, and boot all looks good, and it'll be fine. So we're all good. And looking down the side of the car, again, the door fit-in is pretty good, even though that dent makes it look terrible. It's still pretty good, and we've previously fixed this area here, so this wing is all pretty good. Moving round to the other side, shut the boot. The other side, I've not got much room here, but basically transition there just as good as the other side, even though we had a big gap. That well, let me just show. Open the boot again. Pull the light off. And there's the transition. So it's just as good, if not better, actually, because I've actually filled this hole up here. But yeah, it's pretty good. And spot welds down there and on the side, like I just showed you. Same this side. The transition is all good. Looks like it's supposed to be like that. And of course, this wing, much more damage to it. There's ripples all along it. It's really difficult to show on the camera without light. But there's ripples all down this wing down here that it's going to need filling, and it's previously been filled before. Look, so this one's all not very happy. I didn't show you the other side, but it's the same. This side's like a million spot welds across the top here. There's more ripples and pin pulls down here, but the transition now is much better. It'll be fine when it's all filled here, but again, same as the other side. Door transition to the wing, all very good. If we open this door, it's very much the same this side. So let's pull that off, and there's your transition between ST and RS, all good. Something I didn't see the other side as well is all these spot welds down the door and all the way across here and all the way under here. It's an absolute nightmare. Transition again on the bottom, much better this side until it gets to this point where, like I said, we got a bit hammer happy. Sorry, it's quite dark, but you get the point. It's a little bit better this side, but a little bit worse in other ways. Either way, side skirt fits it and should cover it up if I decide not to fix it, or the body shop decides not to fix it. Let's put this back. All good. And finally, I'll show you the other side because I can't get on the bottom. But all the wing, I can't see, I'm gonna have to take the skirt off. Hold on, please hold. Oh, there it goes. There, you can see the damage there, now look. But yeah, under here, along this seam, again, all the way down to the front, there's about 1 million spot welds that hold the sill on. But it's all done now. The side skirt fits over, and it looks okay. And finally, running down the side of the car, I got a bit of a new addition to the family on the front, and that is a Focus RS front bumper to match the wings. So now it's pretty much an RS replica with added extras. But I'm pleased with the outcome. The fit of the wings is all good. There's that little bit of damage underneath which I'm not entirely happy about, but I'm still not sure if I'm going to be bothered to fix it. It's all solid under there, and a bit of filler will fix it, and the side skirt goes over it anyway. It's hard to make the argument to fix it, put it that way. But I might end up doing it. Probably do it off camera because I'm just sick of sheet metal work. I'm sick of it. I've had it up to my eyeballs with sheet metal work. I'm just glad it's like almost done. So there's only a few more things left to do to make this like finished. These transitions down here, specifically that one, I want to TIG braze there so it gets rid of this little sort of valley. So I'm going to TIG braze that and anywhere else I can get to. And then it's just skimmer filler on it and the wings are all done. I may never get to that. I may end up just MIG welding all the way over, but I want to TIG braze it. If I can do that, then if I can do that, then I'll be happy. If not, then I'm sure it'll be perfectly fine as it is. But well, you should know what I like by now. Anyway, I'm going to call it here. Sorry there was a lot of chat towards the end of this. I wasn't expecting that. I wanted to go into more detail on putting these rear wings on, but honest, it was just clean, weld, grind, paint. Clean, weld, grind, paint. Over and over again. It's such boring watching. I thought I'd just get it over and done with and show you the results. So yeah, I'm going to call it this week. We might do the TIG brazing next week. I've got some other ideas that I need to do. And I've also got some news that I will tell you more about next week. So get subscribed if you want to keep up to date with what I've got going on. But yeah, other than that, like this video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't. Go and support the channel on Patreon if you really want to help the build out. Paint is coming up. That ain't cheap. So every little helps, but no obligation, of course. You'll still get the content. Go follow the channel on these social media platforms, and you'll get to see bits and bobs on there that I don't put up on YouTube. And yeah, I guess I'll see you guys next week. Thanks for watching. Ciao.
It's not enough.